Bhagavat Geeta Season 1 Episode 8. Your venerable self, Bhishma and Karn, and also Kripacharya, victor in wars, Ashwathama, Vikarn, and as well as Somdatti, Bhurishwara, son of Somdat. The commander-in-chief is Dronacharya himself, symbolizing dual conduct, and then there is the grandsire Bhishma, the very image of delusion. Delusion is the fountainhead of deviation from the ideal state. Since it survives till the very end, delusion is the grandsire. The whole army has perished, but Bhishma yet lives on. He lies unconscious on his bed of arrows and still continues to breathe. Like Bhishma too are Karna, a betrayer of the sacred character of self, and the conquering warrior Kripacharya. Kripacharya represents the act of compassion by the seeker in the state before self realization. God is the mine of compassion, and the sage attains to the same state after fulfillment. But during the period up to accomplishment, so long as the worshipper is removed from God and God is removed from him, when the uncongenial impulses are still alive and strong, and he is besieged by delusion, if the seeker feels compassion at this stage, he is destroyed, and for acting with pity, Sita had to undergo penance in Lanka for years. Vishwamitra fell from grace because he felt tenderness at such a stage. Maharshi Patanjali, the preceptor of yoga aphorism, has expressed a similar view. Attainments made through perfect meditation are indeed attainments, but they are also as formidable obstacles in the way of the endeavor of the individual soul for identification with the Supreme Spirit as sensual desire, anger, greed, and delusion. Goswami Tulsidas has said, O Garur, manifold are obstacles built up by Maya. When we strive to unravel the knots of properties of nature, mere distortion of truth, attainment of sanctity elevates, but the mind conjures up one temptation after another. The illusory Maya obstructs in many ways. It brings men accomplishments and untold wealth and even turns them into holy beings. If a being of such accomplishment just passes by, even a dying man is revived. Notwithstanding the recovery of the patient, however, the seeker shall be destroyed if he regards the cure as his own achievement. Instead of one sickness, 1,000 of maladies will swarm upon his mind. The process of reverent contemplation of the divine will be interrupted, and he will so stray from the right path that the world of matter overwhelms him. If the goal is distant and the seeker feels compassion, this one act alone is sufficient to result in the debacle of his whole army. So he has to be on his guard against the feeling of compassion until the moment of final attainment. Although at the same time it is also true that compassion is the hallmark of a saint, but before ultimate fulfillment, compassion is the mightiest warrior among the evil demoniacal impulses. It is thus that Ashwathama is an image of inordinate attachment. Vikarn of indecision, and Bhurishrava of perplexity and confusion. They are all chiefs of outward flowing current of life. Similarly, Ashwatthama, the son of Dronacharya, is the symbol of fixation on or with things anywhere in the world is an adhesion of mind or emotion. Dual conduct, which is represented by Dronacharya, is the father of fixation. Acharya Drona could not be killed while he still had arms in his hand. He was inconquerable. So Lord Krishna said, "There is an elephant on the side of the Kauravas, which is also named Ashwatthama. Bhim should kill it and announce that Ashwatthama has been killed." On getting this shocking information, the Acharya Drona would be hit at the core and would become slack. Seizing this opportunity, promptly he should be slayed. Bhim killed the said elephant and spread the word that Ashwatthama had been killed. Acharya Drona misunderstood and thought that his son Ashwatthama had been killed. He lost his nerve and the bow fell from his hand. In utter dejection, he sat down motionless on the battlefield. He was beheaded. Too much attachment with his son became the cause of Dronacharya's death. Ashwatthama was blessed with longevity, since fixation remains present as an obstacle until the last moment, so Ashwatthama has been said to be immortal. Vikarna is the symbol of alluring fancies in the higher stage of spiritual practice or sadhana. Specific fancies start cropping up. A lot of alluring thoughts start emerging in the mind with regard to the possibility of acquisition of supernatural powers or siddhis as the fruit of spiritual practices, which God may bestow after fulfillment. The contemplation of God is replaced by the contemplation of divine excellences. A seeker's eye should always be only on action. He should not bother about the fruit or result of it. But when he is lost in the meditation of riddhis, siddhis, spiritual excellences, he is entrapped in the chain of imaginary thoughts, vikalpas. Such fanciful thoughts are specific and are terrible obstructions in the spiritual pursuit of the seeker and are symbolized here as vikarna. Bhurishrava represents the deluded state of being puffed up. When the state of spiritual excitation or sadhana gets elevated, the seeker is admired by others as Mahatma or as an accomplished saint armed with divine power so great that even the Lokpals bow down their heads before him. If the seeker gets puffed up by such acclaim and admiration and goes astray, this is nothing but deluded self-importance, for which Bhurishrava stands as a symbol. Warning against it, revered Gurudevs used to say, despite the showers of flower on you by the world, despite its admirations of you by it and its acclaim calling you, then Vishwaguru, you would get nothing, not even tears to weep. If God proclaims you to be a sadhu, only then you would get everything. The world might say so or not, it matters little. Thus, the weakness of being swayed by the praises of the world is the state of deluded self importance, and this is represented by Bhurishrava. Repeated plaudits and praises can lead to the diminution of sadhana. So, this type of delusion is Bhurishrava. There are the names of three types of susceptibilities and deformations which creep into sadhana when the state of restraint is exalted, but they are aberrations caused by external impulses.